I wanted to jump in before the intro music and just thank everyone who has been following along this journey with me, who is listening to podcasts and sharing a review. It's amazing, and I just am so appreciative. I also wanted to just throw in a little extra encouragement before this episode. I ended up recording it pretty early in the morning, so I had company in town and I didn't have the opportunity to record at a normal time that I would, and so I just was like, I'm going for it. I'm going to record in the morning, and you will hear that my voice is definitely that morning wake-up voice. I tried to push through, and I want you to hear that. Listen, we're going to have to do things messy. It's not always going to be perfect. It's not always going to be in line with how we think it should go, or we have to do it that way, because sometimes it's just going to be just a pile of mess. So sending encouragement to everyone who is doing it messy, is trying the thing, and that's really what this episode's about too, is just being consistent with our daily routines, or the new thing we're trying to start, or the thing we're restarting. So I'm excited for you to hear this episode. I appreciate you so much, and be sure to grab your free handout. When you go in to fill out a brief form, you will be added to the email list. I will start sharing some things early with you, as well as some offerings eventually. So I would love to get you on that list, but also want to share this handout because it's just really helpful in having something that you can jot down your goals, your actions, the things you're getting curious about. And then, of course, next week we'll talk about the third C. So thanks again, y'all, and I love you so much. Hey, y'all. My name's Jen. I'm a health and life coach on a mission to empower women, and this season I call the messy middle. We believe it's never too late to dream your wildest dreams and to build lives freed from the shoulds and have-tos. Here, we talk to ourselves like we do our girlfriends and our sisters and daughters. I will share stories and resources with lots of encouragement and a little bit of tough love to drive you toward action. In this podcast, we talk about everything: career, relationships, motherhood, and health. So grab your sneakers and let's go, because she's wild and freed. Hey, y'all. Welcome to another episode of She's Wild and Freed. I am so excited you are back with me again this week as you keep showing up consistently for yourself and your goals. We have gone through 2 of the 3 C's in the 3-part series, and as I was preparing for this week's episode and working on the 3rd C, I realized the 2nd C, or consistency, is so important that I wanted to devote another episode and another week to staying consistent. If you have the handout, of course, you know what's coming next, and go forward if you're showing up consistently with the one thing you wrote down last week. We will all be moving forward with the 3rd C together soon. If you haven't picked up the free handout yet, please do so. It's so important to your goals and your dreams to explore ideas, and the act of writing things down and seeing the words on paper is a powerful way to move forward. So again, if you don't have the handout, check out the link in the show notes or email me at freedcoachingco@gmail.com. That's FREED coaching CO at Gmail. Again, it's free, so why not try it out? With any series, it's good to recap or review what we've discussed or practiced so far. In the first part, we talked all about getting curious about different areas of our lives. When we approach something with curiosity, our defenses are lowered and we look through a lens without judgment. This is so important if you want to really shift your life or outcome, because we open up to so many possibilities. The prospect of understanding our feelings around something, our actions or reactions, can create a path forward that we haven't seen before, because we are clouded by worry, stress, judgment, of course, other people's opinions, societal norms. And that's a lot of weight to carry that keeps us stuck or distracted from what truly matters to us in a fulfilling life. Other people's opinions, that's an interesting one. I heard a podcaster say one time, "Other people's opinions are none of your business." Wow. Just hearing that created a powerful shift for me. And I think about it often. Sometimes we worry about other people and what they think of us, and those worries are based on what we think the other person or people will think, or how we worry they will react. When really, this is only in our heads. Of course, sometimes those opinions are in our face, and we hear them regularly, whether it's coworkers, other moms, our parents or family members, our spouse, or even our kids. We worry how they may react, or we worry that if we change, we won't be loved anymore. These are real worries and concerns, and that is why getting curious about our interactions with others, our actions, our feelings and thoughts, is so important to this process. Digging deeper into why we automatically reach for a glass of wine or chocolate after we get off the phone with her or him. Exploring why we binge watch Netflix when we really want to be exercising or calling that friend or cooking or working on a hobby. Sitting with that feeling we have when we mess up at work or when we miss a payment. We are our harshest critics, and some of this stuff can really stir up some things. If you are struggling with feeling low or having anxious feelings, and you're needing extra support, I encourage you to seek out professional help. You may have resources at work, even an employee assistance program, or your spouse may have something like that to support you and your family. Or research what is available with your health insurance or in the community. It's really important to get the support and help you need. The reason I'm reviewing our first C, or get curious, this is something that we can come back to throughout our entire journey, and we should. As we move into the second C, or phase of this process, and get consistent with our action, we need to regularly check in with curiosity when something didn't go as we hoped, or we did something really great and we surprised ourselves. It's not all about falling off the wagon or missing our goal. It's also about realizing that you had it in you the whole time, and you just had to take the first step. Your curiosity can turn into celebration for the small wins and the momentum you're building. Even if you have had the same goal or a version of the same goal for several months or several years, your consistency in action will give you proof that you are not only doing the thing, but you're excelling at it. That is truly why getting consistent with one action and showing yourself what is possible will allow you to build on that momentum. This is why I wanted to dedicate another episode to consistency. I've said it before, but it's worth repeating. Putting in the reps and keeping a promise to yourself, no matter how big or small, builds confidence. You and I are putting deposits in our bank of confidence when we put on our sneakers and go out for a walk. And then we do it again the next day. How many of us loved to color or paint when we were a kid? One of my girls the other day said that she wanted to get a sketch pad and colored pencils. I love it. Doing things we love is definitely a part of this process because our dream lives are about living in a way where we feel joy, fulfillment, and freedom. So think about the action you wrote down on the 3 C's handout. What is one thing you can start doing to create a healthy or happy habit? This action should be specific, and you will see on the handout that there is a time frame of when you will be doing the thing. Once a week, on Monday, every day, 3 times a week. Think about what makes sense for you and what you can do to build on it. Then, think about what's stopping you, getting in your way, or slowing you down. Think about why you aren't keeping this promise to yourself. Do you run out of time during the day? Does something seem to always come up in your day and derail you? Are you too tired, or do you have competing priorities? Of course you do. That's life. Perfectly normal, everyday stuff will happen. Our kid forgets their lunch at home. Your other kid forgot to tell you they need to do something after school. The washing machine breaks. You thought you had an open schedule at work, but 2 meetings were added to your calendar. There are so many things that will come up every day. You wake up with a headache. It's raining. Your kid woke you up in the middle of the night. Or is it the voice in your head? She's a bee. She will talk you out of it, tell you that you can't, stop you in your tracks with self-doubt and negative self-talk. I heard a cool technique from Mel Robbins, but I have heard some other similar techniques of quieting that voice. You name it. Literally. Give her a name. Tell her you aren't listening to her right now. You can be polite. Tell her, thank you for your concern and your opinion, but you are going to do what you promised to yourself. Or you can shut her down. Tell her to stop. You aren't listening to her right now. She needs to shut up. Try it. For some reason, I keep coming up with the name Sheila. I don't hate her. I know she has good intentions with the information she has at the present moment. But I also know in my gut, deep down inside, that I want to get out of bed when my alarm goes off, so I can do my morning routine to start the day off on a positive note. My gut tells me that the message I put out in the world is important, even though there are not a lot of listeners yet. The key word there is yet. I know in my soul that if I keep putting in the reps, more women will hear the message and take the steps toward their wild and freed life. Whatever your dream is, your purpose, your why, it is important, and you're doing this for your future self. You may feel that what you want is selfish, or that you just can't do it right now because of all the demands that you have on you and the family's needs. I completely get it. I've been there and I'm still there some days. Things come up. I think that maybe I shouldn't be dreaming these big dreams because I have some big ones. And I write them down each day. And I know that me pursuing my big dreams may appear selfish to others, or even kind of ridiculous for a 40-plus woman to want this, or to start that or reclaim her power. But I am, and you are too. We're doing this together. One step, one podcast, one action at a time. Picture yourself when you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, or 80s. What will she think? What will she feel? How will she reflect on the times you pushed away the doubt? You stepped into your true power, your true self. 10 years from now, do you want to still be stuck? Going through the motions, playing small, accepting your hopes and dreams, or only that, not your reality? Okay, before we finish up here, I want to address the question that comes up regularly that can't be ignored. What if I fail? What if I call my shot, do the thing, and it doesn't work out? Or I can't really do the thing I thought. So I will answer this question for you with a question. What if you succeed? What if making the change, doing the thing, being consistent with a promise moves you towards your goal and your dream? And here's the thing. We are all not meant to be Taylor Swift or Mel Robbins, who I reference often because I love her podcast. That's because we're meant to be exactly who our Creator made us to be. In this moment, we are exactly who we are supposed to be. You are not late. This is perfect divine timing. And if you fail, or if things don't work out the way you thought or hoped, you are building confidence. Don't give up. Know that the road may not be straight or flat, but your consistency and action will pay off. Okay, on the handout, there's a space for one thing that you want to do consistently. Write that down. And beside that, write down the frequency or time frame. Like I said before, is it once a day, twice a week? Write it down. Walk for 15 minutes. If you need to get really specific, even write down the time of day at 7 a.m., Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Write a page in your journal every day at 10 p.m. Add 1 fruit and 1 vegetable to my diet. Twice a day, lunch and dinner. You get the idea. One thing. Don't try to do all the things yet. That will definitely come. Right now, pick one thing that you can be consistent in doing to build your confidence and to quiet that voice in your head. Show her that your thing is not interrupting or taking away from your work, your family, or your relationships. And plan ahead. Ensure obstacles are out of your way. Speak to your partner about your desire to take a walk after dinner every night. They'll know your intention when you tell them. Set out your journal so it's in plain sight with a pen for a daily practice. Manage your calendar to ensure you get a daily break to eat lunch. We've got this, girl. I believe in you and I'm rooting for you. Remember, if you need an accountability partner who gives you lots of encouragement with the little kick in the butt, I'm your girl. Together, we are cruising into a season where we're coming back to ourselves and fulfilling our dreams. If this episode resonated with you and you feel pumped up to do the thing, please share it with a girlfriend or your sister or daughter. Let's get this message to as many women as possible to build our tribe and community of women living our wild and free lives. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope you feel free to take action toward building the life of your dreams. If something in this episode resonated with you, I would so appreciate it if you would text it to a girlfriend so she can hear the message as well. Until next time, stay wild.